Hey YouTube, it's SoulPrime13 with another Then versus Now video. This time we are going to be looking at animated Optimus Prime. So, unfortunately I was never able to get the original Leader Class toy for animated Prime, but I do still have some of the smaller figures. We're going to start with the two Voyagers, seeing as how they are the same size class. So first of all, let's take a look at the old one. We have this battle axe. He always had his axe present in the show, and then we have this fire hose squirt gun. This does actually squirt water. There's a little piece here that you can open up to put water in. The thing I really like about this figure is that he does have a bit of a trailer thing going on. His axe does fold up to become his trailer, and while it does make his axe look kind of weird, I really like how it holds everything together in truck mode. You can see he has a lot of unique angles due to the styling of the show. Has some black, actually has quite a bit on his torso. That angled chest is really cool. He does have the up and down faceplate gimmick, and I do appreciate it when if they're gonna give him no faceplate, I do appreciate that they at least give us the option to like equip it or switch the face out or whatever, because I am very much the faceplate supremacist kind of guy. I really think he looks better with it. But yeah, his transformation is actually fairly similar in some regards, but yeah, you can see he sort of got his bumper down here. He's got the pinned on wheels. They roll really well. Doesn't have any ankle tilt due to just how engineering was at the time, but he does have the slanted feet to give him that stance. But yeah, the animated line had a lot of great figures, and I think the Optimus Prime was definitely among them. We'll come over here, and we can see that he does have the similar chest. They've made it kind of angled and cartoonish, giving him the same sort of stylized windows. It's got the headlights. Does have that hint of black on the arms. The back is a lot more cleaned up, but that's a difference in engineering. But they do both have the siren top. This one is just two solid blue pieces, since, well, the whole thing I believe was just a single piece that was painted. So this one obviously has the, as I rip his foot off, it does have the ankle tilt, and he does have the two wheels on the side. His axe is more screen accurate, but unfortunately it doesn't really store as well with the vehicle mode. It just kind of plugs into the bottom of his foot, which becomes like the back of the truck, and just sort of sits there. Does have a nice face sculpt, but again, I do wish they had given him his faceplate. That would have been nice. I do prefer the faceplate. I do like that they made it so you can hold the axe with two hands with the extending handle. But yeah, this is definitely one of their better legacy remake figures. It does hold true to the original pretty well. I think the only real difference I would have preferred to see is, maybe a little bit more styling to the legs on this one. But honestly, still overall a great figure. And, this one, back when this was in production, they had gimmicks. They had more leeway with like how they did their weapons and whatnot, which is why he was able to get the trailer. So I really do like this one, and I'm glad that this one was a fairly faithful recreation. I feel that both of these figures are good. They both feel true to the animated Prime in somewhat different ways, but they do both feel like animated Prime. It doesn't feel like they took G1 Prime and slapped a animated head on this one. And this one I would definitely love if they maybe did some reissues of this guy or just any of the animated figures. I have to honestly, both of these are very good toys. I don't get to play with this one as much anymore, just due to his age. I know that he's not as solid as he once was, but I mean, for the most part, he still feels like he's got stiff joints. He's still, his waist is kind of loose, but it doesn't necessarily flop around as much. His shoulders are a little loose, but he's held up pretty well over the years. So their quality materials were used, that's for sure. But that is not the only animated Prime I want to talk about today. I also want to bring in, because I do have the two deluxe figures, and here we have his Cybertronian mode deluxe, which has the sort of bendy axe that you can take the top off, you can open it up, and you can equip the shield in this little slot right here to make it like sort of a super axe. I don't usually do that. And due to the articulation of both the arms and this bend in the axe, you can transform him without him even letting go of the axe. You can keep it in his hands, which is super cool. And this was, I think, one of the first times we got a really solid like actual Cybertronian Optimus Prime toy. I don't know how many or what came before this guy, or if they were even any good. I think the closest would be, maybe from the Unicron trilogy, where he didn't really have like specifically Earth-based modes. They were just sort of Earth-like. But he did have like treads here instead of wheels on his feet. He had a more streamlined windshield here. He does have the plateless face, which isn't bad. Again, I'm not gonna hate on people for liking him with his face. I understand seeing him talk and having a mouth to talk and maybe eat energon with. I understand, but again, I really just prefer the faceplate myself. But yeah, this is a really cool figure, and again, I really like the sort of odd bodybuilder proportions they've given him here with his super wide chest and bulky arms. But now let's talk about the other deluxe, which was part of a 2-pack, the Battle Damage Megatron versus Optimus. And I'm not a huge fan of the Battle Damage paintwork. We got all this black here and on the side of his face, but I love this figure. This is probably my favorite out of the animated figures. He's just got such a smooth transformation, and I love the way his vehicle mode looks. I really liked the way they engineered the transformation, and I just like the overall style of the figure. He's got that similar shape to the other deluxe. He's got the beefy arms, he's got the wheels on his shoulders, which the two bigger ones do not. But yeah, overall, I really have always enjoyed this one the most, and I wish I could have gotten a clean deco of it, but it's not the end of the world. One thing that's always sort of been funny to me is if you look here, there's this blue of his face and then these little darker spots are his eyes. But the way I always see it from a distance is the blue spots are his eyes, because he's usually got big blue eyes. So yeah, if you good luck on seeing that now. But yeah, considering this was a deluxe from a 2-pack back in the day, I felt it knocked it out of the park. And they really did a good job on so many of the animated figures, but the Optimus Primes really resonated with me as a Prime fan, and this one does have my favorite faceplate, so I am happy about that. Oh yeah, I forgot he's got a spring gimmick in his waist. But yeah, this one came with a Cybertronian Megatron and I think like a DVD of the first episode of the series, which I don't think I have that anymore, but you could easily just go watch that on YouTube or something now. But yeah, I really feel that they are still holding true to the animated design. Obviously, you know, there's been some updates and some parts that were changed, the biggest one being the legs. But yeah, for the most part, he's still got those, you know, bulky upper body proportions. He's still got a very unique look to him, especially that chest area, which is a nice little spin on the usual window boob look, the window pecs. But yeah, I'm super happy with this Legacy figure and how it holds true to Animated Prime. And they, from what I've seen of the other animated figures, they've all been really good. Unfortunately, Prime hasn't gotten such good treatment with all of their figures, but they really seem to be knocking it out of the park with most of these animated figures. I got the Prowl and the Bumblebee too. I'm hoping to see some more of those Decepticons. I really would love a new Blitzwing, and I would love to have a Lugnut. I never actually had the original Lugnut. A friend of mine did, so I've played with it at least a little bit, but I really hope they continue putting this much love and care into the animated figures in the Legacy line. But yeah, I think both then and now, they are all spectacular. They all have very good strengths, and yeah, I think out of these four, the Cybertronian one is probably my least favorite, and I still love the heck out of this one. From what I remember, just some of his transformation is a little finicky, but it's very minor. And you know, sometimes getting the axe into both hands in vehicle mode can, the handle's a little tight, and so that can be a problem. But like, those are very minor issues. Like, none of these guys are broken. I don't play with them as much because of their age, but none of them are broken. Like, that's the first thing I want to point out. None of these guys have broken after all this time, and I can't say that for a lot of other figures. There are a lot of other older figures I no longer have because they just, you know, fell apart. But yeah, I have to say that the animated Optimus Prime is still going strong, and I hope to see more of that, and not just only any future animated figures, but any future figures altogether. I mean, isn't that what we all hope for? But yeah, that's just my look at the animated Optimus Prime. So this is Soul Prime 13 saying transform and soul out.